Hello, 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 everyone! Welcome to Yo, You Like That. It's the talk show where I, your host, Zarataro, brings on awesome content creators, YouTubers of the everything variety. And guess what? We talk about something that they enjoy. They bring their hot, awesome topics to the table, to the chair, to the forest, and we share them with you, the viewer. So that way, you just bring a little bit more awesome stuff into the world. And you know what? I think that's pretty cool. We have an awesome guest with us here today. Let me go ahead and bring him in. Ba 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 ba. No, I double clicked. Yeah, there we go. Hey, FoxBoxUnion. Hello, hello.
Well, hello, howdy.
Welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
All right.
Good to hear. Good to hear. For those uninitiated, please introduce yourself.
I'm FoxBoxUnion. I do a variety of things on Twitch as a hobby, a bunch of different games and discussion pieces. IT tech by trade,
Oh,
and an OBS wizard. Know all the little plugins.
OBS Wizard. That sounds like something like really, really cool for today's age.
And helps set up some
Awesome,
of
awesome.
the goofiest scenes you can believe imaginable.
Hey, there we go. Give the viewer what they want. Magic. Acha. Well, you picked an awesome topic for us here today. Let me go ahead and pop this in. Ba 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 ba. We're going to be talking about musicals today. Well, I have Guitar Man playing or like showing in the background. Because I don't know why. I was like, I'm trying to think of a game that's like a musical I could have in the background. Like, yeah, Guitar Man kind of works.
Funny enough, a weird option too. If you wanted to do something game related, insane that this exists, but someone made a Les Miserables fighting game.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
It's very, very Skullgirls-esque. It's
Holy crap. I need to find that. I need that in my life so badly. Oh man, musicals. Musicals are so awesome. How would you kind of like describe it? Maybe someone that's been like living under a rock or in a cave or in a bunker for like the past like 50 years plus.
so a musical.
What is a musical?
Yeah, that's a fun question. Musicals, by definition, are basically plays that instead of it all being just acting in a movie sense for most people, there's usually a breakout song at some point where if you're watching your traditional live musicals, they have to do everything practical, one take. There's no pauses, no re-recordings, things like that. They are singing, trying to express emotion or a story or anything along those lines in the moment, in song, in one take.
One take? No, that doesn't sound possible. Where do you do the commercials for all the ad breaks and product placement?
Outside.
Oh, outside? Oh, okay, all right. That's, I was gonna say we can't have that not included, but no, okay, it is covered at least. That's good. Oh man, no musical. Yeah, no, you pretty much nailed it. Like practical plays with song and dance and like all kinds of fun effects. Um, the spinning stage. I'm just gonna go ahead and gush about it now. Whenever the little circle in the stage starts spinning, I always get really hyped. It's such a simple thing, but I'm just like, the stage is doing the thing. It's spinning. It's spinning.
That's a relatively new endeavor, and I actually did have a bit to talk about that. I think that is an amazing addition to the craft.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Let's see. What is the first musical that you've seen, if you know that you can remember?
But this one that I can remember was right when I got out of high school, in between my time going towards college. Avenue Q was in my city. Mm.
Oh, I'm so fucking jealous. I wanted to see that so bad.
It stuck with me because I went on my own because I finally was able to get my own money to go my own shows. But I ran into we're a small city for the most part.
Mhm.
Until that until the office came and made it way too worldwide known of a city. But so anyone who was in a high school theater group worked there, and it also stuck with me because I
Oh.
ran into a lot of people, including someone who owed me money and had been hiding for the last 2 months. It was the usher in my row, and I was like, "Can't go now."
I'm gonna play this air horn if you don't give me back my money.
Yeah, that's one of the earliest ones I can remember going to see, especially on my own.
Oh man, Avenue Q. I always would like see the songs like on like YouTube and stuff. I'm like, I want to see this live so badly.
It's
So, so silly.
it's so silly. They like because a lot of people don't realize half of the characters are puppets.
You're right. It's so awesome. They're having all this like serious and like also like dirty discussions about stuff, and they're just like wholesome little puppets on appearance. The one that took the nation by storm, where like, probably people probably even know it was from a musical. What was it? The internet is for porn. For porn. The internet is for porn.
Yeah, that the three songs that probably came out of that gotten for you, but that one's bigger because there's just randomly someone pretending to be Gary Coleman, and then everyone's a little bit racist.
Everyone's a little bit racist.
Make fun of stereotypes. Everyone kind of falls into it.
You know, just one of those things. See. So, what are like some of the aspects about musicals that you kind of find like the most enjoyable?
So for me, it is a lot of the orchestral sound bits. Um, I like your standard music for the most part, but I like non-traditional instruments in what we call normal nowadays. I love hearing your brass section, your string section, all that stuff. I can overlook a guitar riff, a drum thing. Give me a bunch of weird instruments thrown together to accidentally make some great music.
I want the cello. I want the cello's cousin. I want the oboe. I want the oboe's brother. I want the shalobo. I want the violin. I want the violin. Just bring all the warriors in.
I also really like seeing the fact that you could retell a story in a different aspect, and just throwing in a song somehow can turn that from one aspect of a series. Like it can transform how you look at a franchise if it's been brought over to the musical landscape.
Oh, I never really thought about that, but you're right. It does kind of like invoke different kind of feeling and different kind of like thought coming out of it than just say like your normal kind of like standard play.
Yeah, because like a lot of people probably don't know, but there's a horror aspect to musicals. There are a bunch of horror themed musicals out there.
I wanted to see them all. I did not know. I mean, I know about like Sweeney Todd because that was like a Johnny Depp thing, but I actually really don't. Oh wait, no, I do know another one. What's it called? Repo Man.
Repo the
Man.
Genetic Opera is amazing.
Yes. Oh man.
So in Texas, they have a Chainsaw Massacre one every year for Halloween.
Wow. What?
There's an Evil Dead one that goes around.
Okay, I definitely need to see that one.
It's not great, but it is kind of like going to a hockey game because you don't know who's going to get injured because they put way too much fake blood on the set.
Oh no. Slipping hazard. Put out the signs.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's gonna have to clean that up. The person, that too. Oh man. Repo Man. Oh man, I forget where I saw that. Was that on Amazon? I don't even know.
It is on
Amazon. Why is it so hard to like find like musicals being like not at a theater, I guess?
So not a lot of them get the traditional movie translation. Like Sweeney Todd did, but it was its own entire thing. While Hamilton is the most well-known one that they did a Broadway recording of.
I'm so shocked whenever I saw that was actually coming to like Disney Plus. I'm like,
with
what?
So that one had so much power, especially the person Lin-Manuel Miranda had so much power over that I think still to this day, the front row seats only cost $1, and they're not allowed to change that price. He wants everyone to have a chance to see it. It's like every other seat, do your standard pricing. I want all the front row seats, or you can't have the musical here anymore. And like, all right, front row seats are $1.
Damn, that's awesome. Oh man, Hamilton was like such a trip. I did not expect anything that I got when I was like watching it for realsy. Like I heard a few of the songs, just by like proxy, which you actually probably actually hear about it like almost all musicals. It's like, oh yeah, I heard one song from Wicked, and then I have to like in my head kind of like put together the entire rest of the play in my head.
I think the reason why that one blew so many people away is it was probably one of the first branched out what's called more of a rap opera. Like we call them like rock operas, the one where they're more trained in like guitar riffs in the background, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
The closest thing I can think of to normal media seeing anything like this was R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet. Like, hands down, only I can think of close to this that in general public would have heard of, where they're like, it's a rap opera.
Oh man, I almost forgot about that. Like you you pulled out like some random like information from my head. I'm like, oh wow, that's a dated reference.
Yeah.
See, how about so like the whole like musical format? It was definitely kind of like co-opted by a lot of movies back in the day, especially Disney. Um, do you think that kind of like helped like musicals kind of like get into like a new like generation, or
I think it
you feel that it kind of got bastardized?
I think it put the seeds into the youth. I can definitely say like growing up on those made me more open to musicals when I was older. Most people think of operas, they think of the lady singing the big guy with the fake hair screaming back at her. But I think it helped.
I'm trying to think, what is that one even called? Like the I know which one you're talking about, like the where the lady's just on stage, it's like belting out those long long notes.
I don't know the official name of that play. All I remember is Bugs Bunny did a parody of it years ago.
Yeah, good old Bugs Bunny.
But yeah,
We don't get that level of Looney Tunes anymore.
I think it was The Little Mermaid. Ironically enough, that's come back around. The first time they threw in musical bits into one of their things, and I think that helped propel it into the minds of the
Oh
youth.
yeah,
Interesting thing.
those songs are catchy. Those songs are super catchy.
Interesting thing. One, the Little Mermaid musical, they actually have a bunch of extra songs that were cut from the original animated series because they had more songs they had to cut. But one of the songs that they actually were going to cut was "Part of Your World," Ariel's big song. When she...
Whoa.
I just learned about that. That was supposed to be cut from the movie, but they had a huge fight between all the producers to keep it.
Old Disney loved fighting their producers. The story of the Aladdin producers and forced to make Hercules and all this stuff just so they could try and make Treasure Planet. That's like an adventure in and of itself.
Speaking of Aladdin, though, that's another really good musical that came out. The genie in that made it his own.
Oh, Robin Williams like killed it.
Well, I was talking about the musical portion of it. There's a musical for Aladdin.
Oh yeah. Oh okay.
Yeah, they have a lot of really cool props that's actually for that one for people that want to check it out. People jumping out of the floor.
Oh dang! I was gonna say I remember what was it the Tales of the 40 Nights or whatever, or like this was it the story that Aladdin was based on or part of? I can't remember. I know like that was like a play, right?
There was that as a play, but there's like an official actual like Aladdin from Disney has his own musical one where it's basically it's all the songs you're used to from the original movie.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's cool. It got to like spawn into its like own individual thing.
Yeah. I didn't have it in Iago though. Instead it was just like a weird
No Iago. That's fine.
they swapped him out with just a very funny just most of his jokes were I'm heavy set but goofy. Kinda look like Android 16 from Dragon Ball now that I think about it.
Yes, let's go. I like that style. Just like big, broad shoulder guy who's just put him more in everything. See, so yeah, so Disney was big into musicals, and then we got a couple in the early '90s, 2000s. I remember like Les Miserables being a with like what Hugh Jackman, right?
That was the Hugh Jackman movie, yeah.
Yeah, like that one got a lot of people talking. I don't know if that one's really my favorite.
It's good. A lot of people have a problem with it because of the other guy in it.
Renee, or I think the actor for Renee, or
Yeah, I can't remember what his name is. They didn't like how his voice was portrayed because he did rock opera while the other guy did a different style, like more of.
oh, okay,
It just didn't mesh properly.
gotcha. Okay, but then we get musicals in games.
That that is actually something we can definitely talk about.
Yo, what comes to mind whenever you think about musicals in games?
So,
Because I have one in mind, but it's ridiculous. So,
I don't know. I want to hear that one first.
Parappa the Rapper.
That's fair. There is actually one called Billy Bust Up where the entire concept is that they're going to be doing the boss fights are to the tune of musicals,
Yo,
kind of like an old N64 style boss fight, but almost rhythm based, like those the Transcendence of Hyrule, the Crypt of the Necromancer,
oh, okay, yeah,
where you're fighting to the beat of a tune going on.
I gotcha. Oh, I love that Crypto Necro Dancer and like cadence like style. That one's a lot of fun. Let's see what other ones. There's like the musical ones that kind of like tell a story, like Sayonara Wild Hearts. Those kind of feel like a collection of like music videos put together almost.
Yes, the Center of Wild Hearts does feel very similar to that. I remember that one has a more Western, or yeah, Eastern style. Interestingly enough, I haven't gotten into it. Like, don't know the language. Japan and China have very intense, interesting musicals.
Yeah, oh man, I can't imagine. Oh man, I saw something last year. It blew my mind. Death Note the musical.
Yep. I think there's a One Piece one.
Yeah, there's a My Hero Aka. There's a Sailor Moon. There's I haven't seen a Dragon Ball one. I think there's like a Persona 5 stage play. I don't know if it's a musical, but I think they put that on Crunchyroll recently.
I think they had something similar tied into their orchestral thing from the Persona series.
Oh yeah, that would make more sense. Just like tie it into the titular songs, if you would. Needs to be more music and things. I guess Hi-Fi Rush, is that kind of a musical, you think, or is that just more like a rhythm, kind of like jam?
I'd say it's probably more of a rhythm one because again, you're fighting in beat with it, but you're not telling the story with the music for the most part.
Ah, no, that's true. I thought there would be more that would come to my head, but I'm kind of all. Oh wait, no, wait, never mind. I was thinking about not Dance Dance Revolution, the Sega one with Ooh La La, Space Station. Yeah,
Space Station?
Space Channel.
Yeah.
Space Channel. Yeah, 5. Thank you, Azla. Yes.
Michael Jackson as one of the final bosses.
Michael Jackson. Oh man, that one's like a mix between like a musical and a rhythm story. I don't know fully what the story is, but they're doing it.
Unfortunately, there hasn't been too many musicals in gaming. Listen, the closest one I can think of isn't even out yet. Billy Bust Up.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna have to look at that one because that one sounds cool.
They have, I think, one fully fleshed out one, and half of the awesomeness behind it, for me at least, is it's sung by Angel Dust from Hazbin Hotel.
Yo, all right.
Oh, former Angel Dust.
Oh wait, I don't think I know about that story. Did the person switch? Was there
So-
a controversy?
Yeah, a lot of people that were in on the YouTube one, because it was all YouTube handled and wasn't like professionally done with contracts.
Oh wait, maybe I did hear about that. Yeah.
They had to do they had different unions, so she couldn't have everyone she wanted. So a bunch of people had to be swapped out that weren't in that same union.
Gotcha. Oh, it's so hard to make stuff like that nowadays. Still gotta do though. I can't wait till it comes out. It's not out yet, right? I'm not crazy.
The has been? No, it's not.
Okay, all right. I always keep like seeing like a lot of fan art of it like coming out like on the social medias, so I'm always just like, is now the time? Did I miss it?
They
I
have
feel like I might have missed it.
ongoing Instagram accounts, which is what kept that series alive beforehand. So like that's a part of why they're even without new story coming out, there's new characters kind of. Plus has been or Hell of a Boss.
Yeah, I see Hell of a Boss get their like updates, and it always kind of like that it's coming. It's just a reminder. It's just a reminder that it's coming.
Soon.
Let's see what else. I guess there was like musical TV shows going for a while. What was that one? Glee Club, right? Glee.
Glee kind of, yeah, that was a lot more parody done to the aspect story critiques of a musical. So it's fair to call them that for the most part.
Okay.
So there are a lot
Oh,
of shows that have gotten one-offs that's musical. The one that comes right to mind for me, and actually why this show moved to, I think it was Fox or something, I forget. Buffy the Vampire Slayer has an episode that's a
yeah.
musical.
I was gonna say Buffy has a musical episode. That's right.
It's great.
That's- I was not prepared. I think Psych also got a musical episode
I
too.
believe so, yeah.
How do you feel about like movies or shows that like pretend that they're musicals, but they're really just doing like covers of stuff? Because like I was talking to a friend about it, and they're like they really liked Sing, and they called it a musical. But I'm like, is Sing really a musical, or is it just a song with music in it, or a movie with music in it?
I don't care about them personally. I don't think they should be called a
FoxBox is
musical.
like, yeah, no, they exist. Whatever, get them out of here.
I mean, they're great animation a lot of times. There's a story going on. The songs are just being used as ways to pull people into being like, you like this in the radio, here it is, but in a movie with other things. It's like that's fine. It's not nothing new. I'd never re-see it twice, but sure, you're not breaking the mold. Like Encanto, on the other hand, I would revisit that because that told a story through all its songs.
Yeah. I think that is a good one. Holy crap. I didn't even think about that one. Yeah, no, yeah. There was one that like someone tried to recommend me. It was like a rock and roll themed like quote unquote musical, but then I'm just like listening to it. I'm like, oh, they're just playing all the 80s songs on the radio. And I lost interest. I turned it off.
So interesting thing, because I'm a little curious which one they're doing, but this is actually becoming a big thing right now in the musical industry, where they are doing musicals based on basically like biographies and stuff. There's one for Michael Jackson where there's a story and then his songs are in between to it.
Oh, there was one for Queen, right?
There's one for Queen. I'm not good with names, so that's that song, Making My Way Downtown. There's a couple of them. I think the Beatles probably have one.
Okay. Okay, I can see like the songs being used for like that part. Okay.
Yeah, their normal songs that were for the radio are put in there. There's usually like a story, like the old one, she's like, I'm gonna do this, and then she has an original song, and then it gets to her popular songs to bring you back in, and those aren't bad.
Okay. I feel like I haven't seen as much of those. I remember not Johnny Cash. There was one like entertainment musical autobiography that came out that was like nothing but lies, and it got a lot of like bad traction from people, but like it made a lot of money. So then like a studio was like, well, we can just do this for a whole bunch of people. It wasn't Johnny Cash. What was it? It's a older like not Elvis, but like Elvis timeline kind of guy. Let me see if I can look it up real fast.
I'm curious because I'm wondering if you're talking about the ones like they
Musical.
did just recently for Freddie Mercury's one. Are you talking about
I think
one?
Freddie Mercury was like one of the like the ones that people were like saying was a offshoot of that. No, not Johnny Cash. Why does it keep trying to tell me Johnny Cash? See. Autobiography movie. Was it Walk the Line? No, Walk the Line is Elvis, isn't it?
I think that is Elvis. There's also the one that was for It was for Lady Gaga, though, like one star or something.
Was it Rocket Man? Was it Ray? No, I feel like it was any of these. Dang it. Google, you are not helping me. Well, okay, wait, no, that sounds like Google. Okay, never mind. I can never find anything out of this. Minor, no. Elvis, no. Ray, no. No. Vivian Rose, no. Well, crap, I don't see it. Damn it. I guess maybe it wasn't popular. I'm gonna say is like no, it's on none of these like list of like popular musical majama jams. I guess I'll have to come back to that later then. See why my brain is thinking that something exists that doesn't. I lost my train of thought. It derailed. Crashed.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of what you mean. I don't watch movies too often, so.
Yeah, I guess movies were like probably like the closest thing I could like get to musicals since they're like not really like any here.
That's the closest most people can get. Although if you go onto YouTube, a lot of them put their orchestral pieces out.
Yeah, that's how I heard like the Book of Mormon, because there's no way the Book of Mormon was ever gonna come down here. And I'm a huge fan of like Matt and Trey. Like South Park, the movie is definitely a musical.
It really is. Like that is the equivalent to like when Disney moves does stuff.
Yeah, you said you had a story about the Book of Mormon, didn't you?
So about a year ago to this day, as a birthday gift, we were going to see it in New York City, and the car broke down right before the Lincoln Tunnel.
No.
And
oh my God.
An enraged family member was like, we basically missed it anyways. It was like, we're just going home. We're just gonna try and make it home. And we just turned around after we got it up and running.
Despair.
Luckily, they are pretty good about that. It takes a long time, but they'll usually get you another ticket another time under their choice of time frame.
Do they at least give you some warning? It's not just like you get an email. It's like, by the way, if you want a ticket tomorrow, here's your link.
They definitely give you some warning, yeah.
That's good at least. So did you ever get to see it, or?
That's how long the warning's been, because I even emailed.
Oh no, it's still going.
There's 3 tickets. That's probably what's causing the problem. But like, they're like, oh, we still haven't been able to. Granted, there was the off season. We didn't put any pressure on during the winter.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. Everyone's got to have breaks so that people can go see their families and prepare for other stuff if they're working on new stuff. Let's see. So yeah, movies. The Les Miserables. We Need Todd. Oh yeah, Rent. Rent was a popular one, I guess.
Rent was kind of huge. There are some that are straight, also just musical, just like the Hamilton ones. For some other ones, much harder to find. But like Les Mis has one that's out there for anyone who wants like the play feelings of it.
Oh yeah. Oh, what about Cats? Did not see the new Cats, but I mean, I guess Cats would be like a musical.
I mean, it would be the same way as the new Velma show was movie film. But that is a musical.
Oh, high five.
Yeah. Yeah, that
oh,
movie
mic drop.
is technically a musical.
Sure. it passed that bar at the very least. Wasn't there the writer of Rent? Didn't he get like a musical made about him recently?
I'm not uncertain. I wouldn't be surprised to do that, at least a documentary, because my roommate released Rent more than I do, and if I remember correctly, he mentioned that like the day they got approved for Broadway, he had died.
Yeah, no, it's a very
Really
sad. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's called The True Story of Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah.
Or no, Tick Tick Boom, I think is what it's called. And it's basically like him like before he made Rent, basically what he was going through, trying to like get attention, and he made like the space opera kind of play that almost made it. And then it ends with him, like writing like his own experiences for Rent and stuff like that. And then yeah, he passed away. And then it's sad because you want like a happy ending, but you don't get that.
That's another thing that makes musicals really good. You don't always, and you don't usually get a happy ending.
No, that's the whole Shakespearean, I think, influence there. It's like, oh, you wanted a happy ending? You came to the wrong place, motherfuckers. Hamilton's gonna make you cry too. Goodness.
That's true.
Just maybe not just at the end. Oh, there's probably a whole bunch of plays that really just don't get to get made. If I remember, like the Death Note musical, like the person like transcribed like English made like all the songs for it, but they didn't actually like get the I guess like go ahead or the backing to actually like do the performance in the States. So people on YouTube just put the English songs that they transcribed like over the Japanese like video.
Yeah, it's mostly just found online.
Like it lives somewhat. There are probably a whole bunch more that don't.
Yeah, and the hardest part about getting the Japanese users over here is they use a different website for hosting. Pretty locked down.
That's
why like most the content coming out of China comes from Bilibili instead of YouTube.
Billy. Okay. I have to look into that. Cause yeah, and like a lot of YouTube stuff that, Japan show or movie or themed, it's like taken down like pretty fast. They are tenacious about that shit. Like their copyright is they'll send the ninjas after you. Look at Nintendo. We're out for blood. Like no, I need my blood. At least a little bit longer, please. I need to finish watching this thing. See. So, you said you like worked in theater. Did you like work like backstage? I take it on like musical stuff, like setup.
I did limited amount of backstage, mostly in tech work.
Okay.
Small theater and in high school.
Dang.
A lot of the lighting.
I was gonna say there's a lot of like light work and electronics and programming that go into a lot of that stuff people don't think about.
On top of all of the dress up people, because you gotta switch those outfits just on the fly.
Oh my god, yeah. Like how do you do it so fast? It's like when they rip the business suit off in Yakuza by the lapel. They're like, oh, you just it's all on the wrist. You'll get it eventually. Oh man. So what's probably like your favorite musical?
So my favorite would probably still right now be The Heathers.
Heathers? I don't think I've heard that one. Break it down for me.
It is based off of the 80s cult classic movie under the same name. You might have seen it if you've ever seen the iconic picture of these three girls with croquet mallets in a red, yellow, and green matching outfits. It is a story of pre-internet era high school drama and bullying and what the social standard puts on people, especially for that era.
Oh yeah.
The opening song is about how they went from being 17 juniors to being now seniors turning 18, and how like now that they're the top of the class, they've all fallen into the stereotype cliques. Like all the football players are big lunkheads. A lot of the money wealth girls are run everything. The not cool class portions are ostracized out.
Okay, but it's kind of like a not like the Breakfast Club where like different groups get together. It's more like no, this is the dark side of that where everyone is like hates each other.
Kind of, yeah, where there are hierarchies. Yeah, it'd be like the Breakfast Club if instead of everyone coming together, everyone decided to join the cool kids who were in the main story, and you had to. So the main character is tasked with dealing with the fact that she has been accepted into the clique of the Heather, and Heather, because that's the three girls that run the school.
Oh God. Okay, now I finally get
Yeah.
that recess joke.
Uh,
Where are the Ashleys?
it's exactly that is exactly.
Oh my God, the layers on that kind of stuff you don't realize until you're older.
But she has to join it, but her friend is like the picked on person in school. She has to try to balance that. And then the mysterious student showed up and like, oh, who's this boy? Oh, wow, he's so mysterious. He's like, oh, I moved from town to town, and then it then proceeds to take a very, very dark turn and go darker and darker and darker all the way till the end.
Okay, well, no spoilers, because now you got me interested. Now I'm going to like dive and try and find. If I can't find the musical, I'll at least try and find the movie.
There is also, I haven't watched it, but there is also a recently done within the last 10 years Netflix reboot of it. If you can find the European version, I would watch it because the final episode in America had to be pulled last minute.
Oh, I think I heard about that. Okay, yeah, I think I heard a lot about that. Like,
Yeah, Americans just got an ending episode that just was 30 minutes of, and then this person was arrested and nothing happened.
I was gonna say, it's like the last episodes of Evangelion, not counting the movie. It's like, good job, Shinji. Good job, Shinji. Good job. You did it.
Uh-huh.
Hello, Raiders. Hello. We were talking about musicals. Heathers. Okay, I got it written down. So the European ones, they got the real ending.
For the TV show, yeah.
Okay. Man, that is wild. So, musical, then TV show, then movie. Okay. I'm learning so much from this. Okay, so that one's like your favorite. Okay.
Yeah,
You have like any other like good ones that you like?
I have a lot of good ones that I like. A good follow up to that besides, see, I like a lot, so I definitely can pull them by their genre. If you're looking for comedy, the Beetlejuice music is amazing.
Oh, I didn't know there's a musical for Beetlejuice. Holy crap.
It's crushed at the Tonys. It got brought back after the pandemic, which a lot of musicals that were not the standards did not get brought back.
Yeah.
It crushed. It's the songs are out there, and if you really want to see them having fun with it, there's a Thanksgiving parade one, and then the one at the Tonys where he just ad libs half the lyrics. There's a
Yo.
part where he's just like, "Oh, hey, that's Adam Drover. You killed Han Solo. Not cool, bro." In the middle of his song.
Let's go.
If you're looking for like mythology-based ones, Hadestown, you get your Louisiana style jazz, like downtown funk and jazz and stuff like that, with a very, very retelling of, I think it's Greek mythology of like Hades and Stephanie, and it's really good.
Wait, is that like that one movie, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, where it's kind of like uh, a style of the Odyssey? Is it kind of similar to that? I don't think Oh Brother Where Art Thou is Louisiana though, although it is the South.
So it's got the southern tang of music, but it's more about like Hades, like of the underworld, in a
Okay.
more standardized world where like he owns the railroads. Hades Town he's turned into basically, I guess you could say, like Los Angeles, not Los Angeles, Las Vegas.
Okay, I got you.
Like an important part when he finally brings his wife back, she's like, "What are these lights?" And he's like, "I built the Electric City."
Okay, that sounds awesome. Actually, I really want to see that now.
It's really good and really powerful, and it's probably back to the moving stage as one of the best parts because he's got his song where he's doing his villain arc where he's like, "I'm gonna give you one chance to do this, two chance to this, and three." He's like, "I'm gonna count to three and send you away," and he's walking at the guy as he's walking backwards, and they have their like JoJo moment, but because the stage is spinning, it's not like they're just standing there staring at each other. They are like doing the JoJo walk.
Yo. Oh, that's such a cool effect. Whoever thought to invent that for the stage like deserves like all the cookies.
Yeah, that is such an impressive addition to the technology behind it.
They're spinning. And in the Death Note musical, they do that for the tennis match, and it fits it so well, surprisingly.
Yeah, Hamilton does it really well too when they're showing the final shot. They're spinning the
Yeah.
stage as they walk the bullet around.
Yeah, just walks around and just like looking at it, looking at people. Oh, he sees all of the dead loved ones like up on the rafter part. You're like, ah, my heart, my heart.
Heck, if you want to catch some of them on YouTube, people do a lot of really amazing hand-drawn animations for these stuff.
The animatics for Hamilton are so good. Yes.
Beetlejuice, my
Ah.
favorite.
Yeah, there's like little twinges of like just like the emotion, just like in that one like drawing, and you're just like, yes, oh, non-stop, let's go, non-stop.
But if there was someone who was like, "Oh, I like pop music and stuff like that," Six is out there. Six is literally if you took the Spice Girls and then asked them to tell you about like 1700s European kings. It's all about
What?
the entire play is about Henry the Eighth's 6 wives and like what they did, but they shouldn't be. They're only compared to their husband of the time.
Dang, okay. Sorry, when you first said like if Spice Girls were talking about that, I'm like, what is that like if like Lady Gaga told the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, but no, like
That's actually a fair comparison. It would have to be like a super group, Lady Gaga and like 3 others, because there's 6 of them. But...
TLC. Wait, no, that's still Spice Girls, isn't it? Dang it. Wait, no,
or
it's
if
not.
the Backstreet Boys decided to read off the
Yeah.
Art of War.
Here you go. Get Backstreet Boys to do the Sengoku era and NSYNC to do the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. And then have them fight.
Yeah, there's ones for everyone out there. If you want something that's more of the teen drama, Mean Girls is a musical, and it's
Oh, Mean Girls is a
amazing.
musical.
It is amazing. The villain song is so. It's just like watching the rich girl at school just. She's in class and the lights on her, no one's moving, and she's just going around stage to stage, just been like plotting her revenge.
Dang, I knew that was a movie. I didn't know that was a musical.
It's amazing.
There needs to be like a Netflix for musicals so I can just like spend $15 and just like binge just like everything. Just plug it into my eye holes so I can just drink it all down. I guess I'll need it in my ear holes too since it's music based.
Unfortunately, most of the musicals, there is a site that helps categorize them, but it's not the greatest.
And I'm sure it's actually pretty hard for a lot of that stuff because different companies and different probably publishers, different writers, different actors. Who knows? Who knows? Like you said, Hamilton really went all out just because they had a lot more creative control.
It also had a lot of money behind it because everyone loved that
Oh,
one.
so much money.
But the other problem is too, because they're all actors being paid, they're like they want you to go to the shows if you can.
Yeah. Do shows? I mean, I assume, but there are shows that just like go away forever, right?
Yes and no. Usually they'll leave Broadway, air quotes, forever, unless someone really pays the money to bring them back. It's like pre-pandemic, before all the lockdowns, Beetlejuice was being ended, and then the pandemic lifted, and then for some reason it was just back. Like they didn't close and say they were ending due to the pandemic. They were like, "We're being closed." Oh, and the pandemic's happening.
Oh.
So yes, Sweeney Todd was Broadway, went away, and now it's back. It really just depends on who is willing to pay for the script, and then try to get like a booth. Because you
Oh.
can go you can go onto a lot of the sites and pay the writers of the scripts access to it. To like there's I live out in Philly, out in Delaware and New Jersey. I know the Heathers are gonna be played by like 2 small theater troupes who probably paid small amount of rights to get it.
Okay. That's neat. Well, that's good that there's like, they're kind of like there for just like the people that want to actually put in the effort. Okay. I was worried that there was just like a dumpster fire or just like a pit of nothing where like musicals go to die.
No, not to harper back to the Heathers, but yeah, the rights right now were recently purchased over in Europe, and they're touring over there.
Cool. Now we just need a new musical for the modern age. We gotta take everything that's worked to combine it, and then add superheroes. Oh wait, no, Spider-Man failed. Never mind. I don't know who thought Spider-Man would be a good musical, but I have to question their sanity.
I think that I think there's a way, because you can turn most things into one. Aladdin became one. One just about social media came out called Dear Evan Hansen. That did pretty well. Beetlejuice is just about a psychopath. The Book of Mormon was made out of spite. I think you can do it, and I don't want to talk about this too much because they don't deserve any accreditation or support. But there's a theater group that does that almost every, I think it's Easter or Thanksgiving, I forget, where they will turn whatever's popular, and most recent use has been Marvel, into a musical before they're eventually sued for it because they didn't have the rights.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Except they will completely tortuously brutalize any semblance of wholesome in it. But
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah, I don't like talking about them. But they've proven it can be done.
That's fair. I guess it's kind of like spoof movies where, there was just like one for every genre back in the day. Here's your 300 spoof. Here's your scary movie spoof. Here's your Twilight spoof.
Exactly, and you can take them in different aspects. Another thing that probably some people might not like hearing about too often, but there's one on YouTube if you want comedy, and then there's the actual one that's on stage right now, the Harry Potter musical. No, it's not something people are talking about right now, but there's a parody.
Harry Potter musical. Is it based off the new book, the one that was just a stage play?
I believe so. That's The Cursed Child. That's the official one.
Yeah.
The regular aired one. But if you want to see a college student group's final project that actually helped getting a lot of them into Broadway as jobs, Harry Potter the Musical on YouTube is hilarious because it is a comedy one. Draco Malfoy has a scene where she's not only played by a female character who's just living it up, when they're yelling at Harry Potter, they're just rolling on the ground in a circle. They talk about how they want to leave Hogwarts to go to a magic school on the moon that's lead wizard is a lion.
I'm already down.
The audio and video quality is that of someone recording from the stage because that's all they had because it was a college thing.
Yeah.
But it is one of the funniest things out there. They don't do anything in proper order, so like the first four books all combined. But like the dude who has what's his face in his turban wrapped up in the first movie.
Yeah, that teacher. I know who you're talking about.
They play that because it's two people basically wrapped together back to back. And there's just a part where he's like, I can't lay on your back. That's my stomach. I'm eating your pillow in my dreams. Turn over. It's funny. It is a good way of taking something and breaking it down.
Neat. Okay. Well, that sounds like it's a lot of fun. Like, people are still like doing like little fun, creative things like that.
Yeah.
Wonder when we'll get Kingdom Hearts the musical.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's already a thing, Orange fan. I'm not 100% certain, but I would not be surprised. Although that would have involved Disney, so maybe not.
A lot of extra work in there.
A lot of people who need to get paid in that one.
Oh, too many people. Too much money to go around. Maybe one day. Maybe one day in the future. A small little theater group during the summer will know. Oh, man. We are about that time. Chat, if you have questions for me or FoxBox, please go ahead and put them into the chat box so we can look at the chat and answer your questions. Those are words. I formulated an idea. Whether it's about musicals or just anything in general, feel free to ask us.
down the row of all my collector's mugs. Where I go to one, I try to grab one. Got Hamilton, Beetlejuice, Hate sounds really good. Wicked, if you like the stand. Frozen became a musical.
Frozen became a musical.
Banger of a
I
song.
guess that kind of just like writes itself, yeah.
Anastasia became a musical. A banger of a villain song.
Is Phantom of the Opera a musical, or is there musical versions of Phantom of the Opera?
That sort of is like a playwright musical for the most part, like a book into a musical.
Okay, all right.
A lot of like the classics started. Les Mis was a book. Sweeney Todd was a book.
Sweeney Todd was a book. I never knew that.
Yeah. I'm curious if Sweeney Todd got. I don't know. I never looked into the time frames, but I always wondered if Sweeney Todd came before Jack the Ripper or vice versa.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good point. Oh, is there a Sherlock Holmes musical?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would assume there is. I've not heard of one I can think of.
I would like to see something like that.
An interesting one. If there is, I've not heard
Or if
of
not
it.
that, I'd settle for like an Arsène Lupin.
Lupin the Third might actually have one overseas. If
Holy crap! No, you say that, you're right. Lupin the Third probably does have a musical overseas. Just Zenigata and Lupin just like on the little circle spinning thing, just like staring each other down. And then Fujiko gets her own song with like just like the spotlight on her, just the way she'd want it.
there is one in 2020.
Okay, because I was gonna say if not, let's go to Japan and see if we can't sell that to them.
Oh no! There's a scene where Zenyatta's grappling him from behind, and he's just like, "Oh no!" Huh. The musicals are wonderful. They can put out a lot of story bits, and if you can picture them in your head, YouTube's got a lot of them you can listen to
Yeah.
in their entirety. And then
There's one thing at the very least you can kind of just like picture it, like play it in your head almost while you're listening to the music. And then hope that, eventually we'll get like a The Greatest Show version of something.
it's funny you mentioned which one got a lot of. That might actually be the one that got a lot of flack for getting a lot of things wrong.
Oh, really? Is that based off something?
It's based off of the dude who started the that circus that just closed about 2 years ago, Harlem and Bailey's, I think, or whatever.
Yeah, Marlon Bailey's.
Is originally he started like The Greatest Showman started a show with like come see all these freaks that I'm not gonna pay well and put into cages, and he was a very, very terrible person in real life.
Oh,
But
he wasn't the cool-headed like
No,
lovable hero.
he was
Okay,
not the Hugh Jackman type. He was a
damn.
monster, and people were like, "You're glorifying this near slave trader who did not pay proper wages and things."
Yeah, that sounds like something that would happen. I was gonna say with the way that like Netflix is doing with all their like crime dramas, I wouldn't be surprised if like Jack the Ripper got a musical here soon or something like that. Mystery of Jack the Ripper. Boom, boom,
Could be
boom.
cool. I'd watch that.
I would watch it too. We don't have a problem. We just like to be entertained. Just make it good. We'll learn the lesson ourselves afterwards. Oh man, well, Fox, it was a pleasure having you on. It was a lot of fun talking about all this stuff because it got like my brain thinking about like stuff I didn't even like know about, and also just like how many there are out there. I dipped my toe in, and I thought I was like looking at like a pond, but no, there's like an ocean of musical stuff out there.
There is, and there really is one for every type of person. I feel like your Disney.
I want to see a whole bunch of them. I don't know. Maybe eventually I will move out of this like small town somewhere to where I can like be closer to one. A train ride an hour or two away, I would deal with. Just to have that little spectacle of a show. I hope everyone else had fun. But yes, please let our viewers know what you have going on your streams lately.
Primarily playing Deceiving and Dead by Daylight because that's just my default go-tos. Though I've been incorporating Pathfinder for anyone who likes TTRPGs, like
Cool,
Dungeons and
cool.
Dragon-esque style stuff.
Yeah, your Baldur's Gate. I know Baldur's Gate. Yes.
That'll be coming out soon. That I'm probably actually gonna play.
Yeah.
That I am excited for. That and my many different models of various curse degree.
It's always fun. You have one for every occasion.
Hmm. Lady Pixel, who rated in, actually made not this one, but the default one I usually use.
Oh, okay. She is awesome. She has been on the show before.
Right. Yeah,
He lives.
that's mostly what's going on my neck of the woods.
Cool, cool. All right. Well, let's see over here on the Zarataro streams. Sunday we'll be doing some more Xenoblade. Next week will be a light week. We'll have some Kirby, some games, and then next week will be the 50th episode of Yo You Like That. I'll be having some of our initial guests on, and we'll just be like chatting and having a good time. So yeah, I hope everyone can come in and check that. Oh, that's so cute! Holy crap! I love it.
Oh, jeez. Sorry.
Yes, everyone, either watching live or watching the VOD, please make sure to give FoxBox a follow and check out his stuff, because it sounds really, really cool with the like RPG and Pathfinder stuff. Also, Dead by Daylight's also just fun to watch. Do you play Killer or Survivor? Do you switch it up?
Mostly Survivor nowadays. It allows me to spend more time just chatting, playing the game
That's
since
fair.
release. So now I'm just like, I'll just play this in the back. It's become second nature of a game.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Nicolas Cage DLC coming soon, so
I don't understand. I'm welcoming. I just don't understand. I woke up and
will
I
he
thought it
be
was
a killer or a survivor? Did they say?
It's got to be. It has to be a survivor. But if they make him a killer and we get him as his Mori where he kills people with the God slap, I'll take it.
What a world we live in. Oh man, well we're gonna do a stealth raid over to Takahata, over at the Weary 101. If you want, I'll be guessing on that tomorrow at 3:30 Central Time. And yeah, I hope everyone has a good night. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a good day. Bye, Q.